it is something what स्वरूप सर और आप जैसे लोगों ने सिखाया हुआ है. So that is what just I'm doing because the problems, and always all the time when I have seen that, I compare myself with my time for the people right now. It's like when I have completed my engineering, I was not knowing what is contactor. I was not knowing what is relay. I have not seen that. When I have gone directly to on the job, and suddenly everything was like in front of me. And from the day I've joined, I have to produce for the company. I have to return it for the company. So I have to be such a way in acceptance of the newest technology, the latest field, and with the knowledge, whatever I have gained. I have to start applying at the same day. But it was not. But it was my belief, and then by the grace of God, I got very good managers, those who are mentors, I would say, and that is why it is done. So अभी मैं इतना कुछ बड़ा आदमी नहीं हूँ या फिर ये नहीं हूँ, लेकिन जो कुछ मिस्टेक्स मैंने की है वो अगर मैं दूसरे को बताता हूँ, then there will not be any repetition of that particular mistake. So people will always learn the new things, and that is what I just avoiding. कुछ ये knowledge तो बहुत रहता है, हम बातें भी बहुत करते हैं. Only thing is I'm just wanted to have the practical experiences to be shared with the people who can actually learn from the experience itself with me, and they have different kinds of experience and they share it with me. So it's like win-win situation for both. That is what my effort will be for all the talks or all the transfers I do. Thank you very much for the appreciating words, sir.
Sir, this is really very good platform because you are sharing your knowledge and experience with the academia, and these academicians are in position to share the knowledge with the engineering students. So, sir, fortunately, we can develop a relation with the more than 200 institutions in one session, sir. So, sir, really, it is very good platform to share and to disseminate the knowledge and the skill among the engineering students, sir. So, sir, now with your permission, I am starting the session formally, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. We can start.
Dear, thank you, sir. Dear academicians, we are very privileged and fortunate to have the expert like Mr. Anirudh Shah Pure. He is the expert of today's session. And as I told earlier, that it is very difficult to give the introduction in detail. But in brief, I would like to just mention some points, some achievement of engineer Anirudh Shah Pure. He is an electrical and electronics engineer and MBA, and he is senior member of IEEE, chartered engineer and certified industry 4.0 professional, level 4 professional. For more than 2 decades, he has been affiliated to multinationals like Schneider Electric, Mitsubishi, Omron, and Capgemini. An excellent administrator, a technologist, and implementer. I am focusing, giving the stress on the implementing part. He has governed and executed multi-million-dollar projects in the industrial automation and IT sectors across Europe, Asia, and African continents. He was section chairman IEEE Region 8, organizing chair and advisor at various IEEE international conferences. he volunteers. Really, it is a very different achievement. He volunteers for Save Earth initiatives and participated wildlife preservation with African wildlife for more than a decade. He is active member of IEEE Standard Association and involved in various working groups, committees defining standards. Presently, Engineer Shahpure is Chief Knowledge Officer at Pune Smart City Development Corporation Limited, Pune. Chief Knowledge Officer. So, sir, really it is very good opportunity to have knowledge from a Chief Knowledge Officer. So, sir, really we are welcoming you in our session, sir. Now, session is yours, sir. Please take the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mishra sir, for the introduction. Fellows, and I will just start the presentation. It is always issue. Just a moment. I couldn't find the window.
Sir, your audio is not audible.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. I think there is a issue on the presentation. I couldn't get the window, which now I have. Just a moment. Yes. It's okay. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Now it is coming, sir.
Right. So, okay, I will just take the opportunity to thank you for all the participants who have joined. Hope this session I will be able to transfer and share my viewpoints and whatever little knowledge I have to transfer it to you. We will have the question and answers. सर पहले लेना है या फिर बाद में ले सकते हैं?
सर बाद में कर लेंगे सर, पहले आपका सेशन हो जाए, फिर बाद में फ्लोर ओपन कर देंगे सर.
Right, sir. So we will talk about the data, open data, city data, and its use cases. I will give the examples. What are the specific Pune Smart Cities use of using the data for their use cases. First, the introduction, how to reach to those data. So welcome to the Pune Smart City Development Corporation. I'm Anirudh Shahpure, presenting this on behalf of the CIDC's Faculty Development Program. Pune is 7th largest city in India. First in Maharashtra now, 516.25 square kilometers. 8th most populous city in India. 4.5 million people and 4.6 million vehicles registered. And from 4.6 millions, 3.3 million are two-wheelers. You can judge from this that every citizen of Pune has one two-wheeler. Pune Smart City area is Aun Baner Balewadi, so it comes under. It has total area of Pune. However, the infrastructure development projects which are taken under Pune Smart City Development Corporation will be taken only in the area based under area based development, which is Aund, Baner and Balewadi. Ease of living, Pune stands second, and this year we have got a news that we will be the first one to have the ease of living index more than any other city in India. We have plenty of 25 plus Scotch awards, then project awards, the ISCF, Mahua awards for Pune Smart Cities Development projects. Climate Smart Cities Assessment Framework, which is an initiative of in the terms of environment and the climate, good climate, a livable city. So in that we have 5 stars in energy and green building in the category, and also for the waste management. We have been selected for Champion City in 2021 Global Mayor's Challenge for our EV readiness, electric vehicle readiness. Pune is again the same way. I mean, how all the cities in all across the world are bound to these particular 17 sustainable development goals. So poverty, hunger, health, life, water, climate, all of those are being touched, and cities and city officials and administration and citizens, all of 4.5 million Punikars actually work towards these particular goals. These are the Pune Smart City Development projects which are affiliated to these particular goals. Now, having said that, it's not limited to these particular 6 ones. However, the present projects which are going on are contributing much in towards these particular goals. Now, which comes down to a very important of the topic which we are doing it, the data policy. When we are going to put all of these, all equipments, all sensors, when we are gathering such kind of data on the putting up digitization, having e-governance, so there is a lot of data is generating, and it is very important to have a data policy. So government always in looking after the philosophy of having an putting up the policies that promotes transparency, accountability, value creation, for making the government available, making this data available to all. When we are going to have such kind of data, which might be personal data, which cannot be disclosed. However, there will be a global data which will be available. The way I have told you about the sustainable goals, water. So how much water is being used in the city? What is per capita water is being used? What is kind of roads? What kind of parking slot is available? What kind of air we breathe? What kind of calamities which we can handle? So all of these has to be quantified. When we quantify, there will be a lot of data which will be generated. And if this data, whether to make available with some policies putting up to citizens, then what will be the effect of it? So goals comes to that. The data availability and accessibility to the citizens will define the legal and legislative framework. Automatically, the responsible data. Now you can see, like, there is a trillions of messages transfers, but very few of them being authorized, or someone take responsibility for it. So the data is not only just generating the data, however, it has to be authenticate data. It has to be transferred. Then again, the improving the public understanding of the city operations. When I'm going to put a responsible data, automatically there will be a coordination between public understanding and city operations. Generating economic opportunities. So it can be actually create n number of different kinds of opportunities with the data available. Someone can think of it, and then he can come up with some solution for it. I will explain these solutions which are already been put in practice in the later part. Let's first get clear idea about the data, how government wants the data to be. Empower cities employees. Then it is to be progressively effective, better coordination internally. Then to have this data which can actually put up to a better public service. Now, encourage the development of innovative technologies. The way, economic opportunities, the similar way, you will come to know that this is it's a requirement of particular citizen or particular point or particular services where it has to be improved to have a quality life. So those kinds of innovation technologies, innovative ideas will come up, and it will create an opportunity for the startups, for the upcoming students which are learning the newest technologies, or they are involved into development. So what will data policy will enable? Because we have to put all these policies for the data to have a for the responsibility of that, to have the governance, e-governance, or the sustainable development. So data lifecycle management is the data is generated, then the data is collected at some places, like it is stored on the hard disk, or it might be stored in the cloud. You can actually imagine how much data which gets generated. I have some statistics with me. We have about 40. Just a moment. I will just pull out my note, because I don't want to be sarcastic on the numbers. According to the study, about 175 zettabytes data will be available in somewhere. Means all the world's data will grow up to 175 zettabytes in 2025. Just 3 years down the line. Imagine 175 zettabytes. If you wanted to store, if you know the DVDs would take long circle of 222 times the stack who do that to hold this kind of data. Imagine if you wanted to download this data at current internet speed, it will take 1.8 billion years. So this kind of data, you also might be noticing that there are n number of forwarded messages. Same photo is being transferred by different groups, by our different friends, in our colleagues. So the data is generated. However, a bigger responsibility comes down to data cleaning and analysis. Hence, the data sanitation, which is most important part of in the data life cycle. Then it comes down to data sharing and access. Now, what kind of data has to be shared? Which authentic data has to be shared? Because the data should not create a panic. Data should not create a misunderstanding. Data should flow to a particular point. If there is a fire in the city, and then only it has reached to say police, only police. It has to reach. Then police will have to have initiation process of calling fire brigade. However, if the fire message directly goes down to fire engine, then it will be addressed properly, effectively. So the data sharing is again another key point. Data archival, obviously, I mean, we have to have the different kinds of analytics done for the data, on the data which is available, which has been used. We have to learn from our mistakes. So data archival is also possible. It is again a step, and refinement and elimination. So which is not good. What data is good? What data has benefited? That can be refined, and others can be eliminated. That is the noise. And obviously, that comes down to the approval. So this is a particular data cycle where it comes down to a sharing level. Sharing in the sense open data. We can actually say that this data is open data and it is authentic. That is the life cycle where the open data policy ends. So what the stakeholders and collaborations which will be. So there will be there is always a city data officer, a city data cell. Then there is a on the bigger level, the government level. This is what I am talking about, the cities, government to government, government to citizen, government to business. These are all aspects, G2G, G2C, G2B, are in all the levels. There is a ministry which will be governing the data officers, the mission. Then n number of cities will be connected on those. So all these have been gathered, and there are the stakeholders where the authenticity of data, the sharing capability of the data, the making it open to public in the essence of having an ease of living and the benefit of citizens will be governed. So there are multiple stages and stakeholders who defines the data is authentic and ready to share. So every city has its data policy, and these are the common now. Being in standards association member, there are different kinds of data and data defined standards have been maintained. The categorization of the data, personal, non-personal, the classification, whether it is public, whether it is internal, whether it is sensitive, protected, restricted. There are n number of different kinds of information which can be passed through these data, and it has to reach to the right person. It doesn't, it should not fall into as in garbage or to the wrong person. So that is most important. So data security comes down, and this all is management of data. So this is how the policy is being defined in the cities. So the government platform, open by default, the data-driven public sectors, user driven. So these are the OECD's of a data driven culture, whether we wanted to have, how we have to have the data driven culture. The digitization of taxation. Now previously it used to be like, we have to fill up a 26A form, 12B form for putting up the returns, and then we have to go and then put a stamp. I don't know whether you have done, but long time back, because I was not there for 17-18 years in India, so I don't know. And then I have landed up here, and on the first year they just told me that you have to just fill all the forms according to whatever your T form, 26A form, fill the information of 16A and upload, and you're through. So this kind of culture, which has developed in a long process of this data driven culture, it is data driven policies. So obviously it's not only here, but we have learned, because somewhere it has been used. So data capacity within public sector is key for making public servants more active in using data. AI, ML, these are the words which we always find fascinating, and it has been commonly used in data-driven policies. So Korea, Japan, Sweden, they are doing a lot of activities like this, and then having the data policies in place, and then they are advancing on it. Nevertheless, India is doing very well on this, and then we are adopting it very quite profoundly, and moving towards goal. Just this one is not good side. I will just go about integrated command control center. So these are the policies which are defined for the data. Now, how Pune or any other city gathers the data. So I will just give you some examples how we gather the data on integrated command control center. So every city has to have a ICCC in command control center. Why? We have, you might have heard, you might have observed, you might have experienced the actual working of ICCC, command control center. Previously, it used to be the disaster management center, where it was only being used for disaster management. Why the integrated command control center is now a prominent part of city is because when the data driven policy, the digitization has come, then we have found different ways to put up for a better, easier living for citizens by having these concentrated or controlled from one go at one center and many distributed centers. So command control center in Pune is situated on Sinhagad Road, which is excuse me, which is integrated platform where internal and external applications are connected. Can you see the full slide and the details out of it?
Yes, sir, it is visual.
Okay. So I will just go through some architecture one, which is specifically a standard architecture. There are sensors on the field, which are connected from the device engines to the application layer. Then the domains, the API gateways, then authentication, cache, the memories models are handled. Again, there are API layers, the integration of other layers from the systems, and the database, I mean the data center. So this is similar way how any control system works. However, there are different kinds of applications which are already been introduced in the city, like CCTV, which is operating at its own. Then ITMS PMPML, that one is a bus rapid transport, the bus transports. Vehicle tracking systems, the vehicle utilization and all. ITM suffer, that one gives you the forecasting, the rain forecast, the weather forecast. 108 ambulance, this is ambulance with ambulance services. TomTom, traffic. So these all the elements, external applications with a simple API can be connected to command control center, and all this information is available at one place. So again, imagine this is the data which is getting gathered, generated. In particularly Pune, there will be different combinations out of it. Somewhere in the cities in India, flood sensors are not required, but environment sensor definitely. Other equipments are there. Pune, two big rivers, Mula and Mutha, lot of nalas and again the waterways. So we need to have the flood sensor. I will explain that particular use case with you. So command control center is situated on Srinagar Road. It's a huge monitoring window which we can actually have the dashboard. We have about 300 Wi-Fi spots strategically put up on public gardens, hospitals, police stations. It's a free Wi-Fi. Get a good speed. You can register. You have to register once in a day, and then you can keep on hopping on APS. Variable messaging displays, which we can actually broadcast messages, alerts, Pune city updates, traffic updates, diversions, awareness messages. Those ones can be done. About 161 locations we have these messaging displays across the city. Then emergency call boxes. This is a very good initiative and sensor where you can actually have a video call with command control center. So you have to you can actually press a button. On the press of button, you get connected within 5 to 6 seconds. We have response time 5 to 6 seconds. You get connected to command control center, and then you can ask for the any help which is required. This is for the citizen safety, and placed 136 locations across city. 136 PA systems. The public address system where you can actually play audio messages, awareness messages, and we have been using this one for taking up messages from our administrators, our honorable commissioner, honorable mayor, for the people when the pandemic was lockdown was going on. 50 locations we have environment sensors where the monitor critical parameters like PM 2.5, PM 10, air quality monitors air quality parameters like SO2, NO2, CO2, noise pollution, lighting, how the lumen is, whether it is cloudy, whether that can pick up. Then the flood sensors. This is not updated now. Again, I mean, we have 50 flood sensors. We have increased more 18 this year to cater the other catchment areas of there. So with this, we are generating about 850 data sets of data which is available on IUDX platform, that is Integrated Urban Data Exchange platform. Again, it's an initiative of Mahua and the government to have these data available for people to create new use cases. I will jump a little bit on the ICCC. So we have talked about this n number of elements that in Pune it is 738 to be more precise. Creating data since 2019, 2018 February it was live, and then slowly started. We started implementing all other elements. Since 2019, it is giving full-fledged data of environment, flood, messages, whatever the message has been displayed, whatever the address has been done, the traffic changes, ambulances, the vehicle being tracked, the buses being tracked. So all of this data is getting accumulated at ICCC. So now, if the ICCC platform is just an aggregator of the data, then it's no use. So we need to have the sanitation, the decision support system with it. Unless and until there will not be any action done. So there should be a closed loop. So ICCC platform uses different layers, components, act as decision support system. So administration to respond to real-time events with the data and different data and the feeds from the different data sources, and processing the total information into it, and then you create. So all this data comes down with different data sets. So 738 elements, we have 850 data sets which are created because of that. And these data sets are available on IUDX platform, which is already with Indian Institute of Science and joint venture, joint promotion of Indian Institute of Science and MAHUA. The first layer is technology based, which includes the critical mass of smartphones, sensor connected to the high-speed communication networks, the Wi-Fi and all this stuff. The second layer is again the raw data is being translated into alerts, insights, actions. Third layer is applications. So there's a adopted on the and to manage the change behavior. So these are the steps are followed. Again, I mean, the basic thing when such kind of huge data is there, probably I may define that this is a message or the data which actually is ready to share. However, there should be an authentication to be done on that. So major challenges is to effective management of data is like data capture and storage. Not only data capture and storage, but include like shared, combined, so it can be accessed, analyzed, and probably the way I have told you, because I may think that this data is good for sharing. However, there might be a different aspect. We have 15 wards. In Ward 6, there is a incident happen. 6 is adjacent to 7. But the on the other side of the ward.
So your voice is not clear.
So this is what
It's cracking.
now it's okay.
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Still,
It's fine now.
now it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, right. Just let me know because I can't see the screen. I'm just looking at my slides. So, right. Let me know anytime. Okay. So this is again the major challenge where the responsible departments sanitize the data and share. Again, I mean APIs and all these are the specific techniques and for the open data to have these the implemented or the applications, the external applications which can be connected to API to API communication is now there. So this all builds the digital infrastructure. Monitoring, preparing dashboards, situational awareness program, situational awareness messages within the city, then faster responses. These are the key benefits of this particular data. Again, I mean, when we are going to have this kind of data, monitoring and management of various city infrastructures like water, street light, solid waste management, road development, these can be actually helped in the terms of having an easy operations and governance from the administration, and then less troubles or hindrances or more benefits to the citizens. If I have variable messaging displays in my total city, the way Pune has, and there is a roadblock, and if I come to know before I leave my house, I may arrange for my
See?
even though hello.
Hello. Yes, it's fine now.
Yeah, fine. So again, I mean, this is the again case. So if I get the traffic diversion news before I start from my home, I will be saving much of a time, much of a hassle. So something like this, it has to be shared. It has to be done in the digital infrastructure. Now I will go to the use cases. I think, 47 minutes. So about 40 minutes here. So I will go to the use cases with all this data which we have gathered in Pune city. We have created some of the use cases. So the one which I wanted to tell you about, that every aspect of IT infrastructure and the newest technology is being used for the COVID war room. Command control center was transformed into COVID war room in just 36 hours. You can see the picture in front of you. These are the standard setups. However, we have converted this as a COVID war room to aggregate data, the data feeds, the reporting, the sanitation of the data, the arranging of the data, then authorizing the data, and then sharing it with the particular government body. That has been done here from here for Pune city. Every positive person was mapped on, and his GIS location was recorded here in Pune in command control center. the quick response team was handled from here in the terms of testing, in the terms of contact tracing, in the terms of providing the food, and after the vaccination started, for the vaccinations also. So imagine the similar kind of infrastructure is being used for different kinds of applications, for different kinds of processes, which actually giving all the real-time data. The heat mapping technologies which we have been used. That one I will just show you. The containment zones were actually the GIS based, and according to whatever the GIS based tracking of positive cases been done, according to that, the containment zones been planned from here itself. You can see the Pune cities, area map here, and then a blow up for the major containment zone. The green is not, the red is a containment zone. So on the right side, the similar, excuse me, the similar mapping of the blue, the red dots, you can see the positive cases, green shows the recovered cases, blue shows the death. So the plots, you can see the graphs on the left hand side, the numbers. Each ward was mapped for each of the patient. The analytics was done on comorbid patients, normal patients, with oxygen, without oxygen, ventilator, male, female, children, age groups. All of that has been actually analyzed, and the management was done in the terms of how to have, how to provide the facilities, the resources, manage resources, medication to each and every citizen of Pune. So GIS tracking, heat mapping, you can see people, we actually having deputy CM, then our mission director, he was mission director, he is mission director. However, at the time he was from the central for the vigilance team. Then dignitaries coming down, checking out all these data, and then deciding. Someone has to decide according to the data, whatever available, whatever the analytics been put. We have been helped with this to have the correct actions from the leaders, correct measures from the administrators. So effective governance is definitely being achieved. And then pandemic was really, it's an unprecedented situation. So coming out of it and learning has been a lot in this particular 2 years. This is a overview of that particular small picture for the dashboard, and this used to create a different kinds of, like, ward wise and prabhag wise. So every ward has prabhags. So we have gone to a level of prabhags where a few bunches of communities, a few bunch of people, vegetation has been controlled on terms of restricting COVID operations, providing services, medical facilities, food, and all these resources. These are the pictures again for the GIS wave patient situation. Again, different kinds of heat map. This is the command. Again, I mean, it's not the data sanitation or only data monitoring and becoming a strategy post. But this has been used for the training center. So all the trade staff which was supposed to work on CCC, DHC, like COVID center, the centers which have been put by administration. So the staff training, doctors training, the nurses training, the volunteers training, the all COVID warriors been trained here. And we used to actually have at least 3 to 4 training sessions each day. You can see, I mean, even though it was a pandemic, we had to, because we about 800 to 900 teams were working all across Pune. So this is how the ICCC and the data is gathered from all over the city has helped us to have a proper governance in terms of COVID operations. There is another use case. I have mentioned this one. I will tell you about the IUDX and PUDX. This is a India Urban Data Exchange Program. Any cities, all the smart cities are already affiliated, and Pune is maximum contribution into this, about 850 data sets. These 850 data sets are available for public with no charge. You have to only register from your email ID, and then you can access this data. So first use case which is being implemented in Pune is flood detection use case. So problem objective, obviously, wherever the flooding areas are there, we need to have the early warnings and the disaster management. So it's not only the flood sensors, however, the rain forecast, the rain and dam level increase and decrease, the rain and canal level, rain plus dam discharge. So n number of possibilities have been taken care of, and the data is gathered in one place, and we have defined the danger zones, alerts for
So your voice
every
breaks.
city location where
So voice is cracking again.
the damage. So wherever the now is okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
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 sir. It is okay.
Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Now it's okay. Right. So again, I mean, this is what is being, the data is collected, data is analyzed in terms of rainfall, the sensors, the dam discharge, and then is predicted. It is a predictive model. The weather is now proposing that they can predict a flood 206 days before it will come. So imagine if with all this data, which we can actually have 200 plus, even if हमको 10-12 दिन पहले मिल गया ना तो भी बहुत है, 10 घंटे पहले मिल गया तो भी we can save lot of people.
So not audible.
It is
Sir, your wife is not coming. Yes, sir.
just a moment. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It
sir.
is okay.
Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, the scenarios which in the catchment areas we can see now, it's not only the flood warning. With this catchment area, with this data, in the data policy, in the data flow diagram, we have seen that data archival. So if this archive has been used, then we can actually plan the city development there. How we have to take the measures to have buildings permissions across this particular catchment area. Maybe we can actually restrict, or maybe we can build something to prevent the flood. So these kind of actions can be taken in particular way, the way how we are going to have this data.
Hello.
Uh, sir, probably, sir,
Disconnect हो गया सर.
disconnected.
हाँ जी सर.
Network issue.
Sir is retrying to connect himself. Please wait, sir. Sir, you are muted, sir.
I have rejoined. Is okay now?
Yes, sir, it is fine, sir.
Okay. Let me share it again. So this is okay. I mean, I was discussing the previous use case. I've completed that. Can I move ahead for the CCTV? I don't know what time I have dropped down.
Sir, it is fine. You may continue from this slide, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. So every city, every town, every village is equipped with CCTV camera. Here, either it will be administrative or a personal. However, this data can be collected, and lot of different analytic tools, the top end, the edge technologies can be used, and the artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Sir,
These are the
sorry to
standard
disturb.
words which come down. Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you, sir. Sir, can you switch on to
Yes.
this presentation mode, please? F5. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. Actually, I'm on presentation mode.
But we are getting the slide mode, sir. Slides only.
Let me share it again. I will just present it, and then I will share. Now it's okay.
First coming blank.
Just wait.
Sir, just press F5, sir.
Yeah, I have done that. Sorry, I have to stop sharing first. I think now it's stopped. I will just share a window.
So you can share the entire screen.
Yeah, I will do that one. I will first share and then I say escape. Company go there and share a window. Yeah. Let me go for the presentation mode. Now it's okay.
Yes,
Perfect, sir. Thank you.
Right. So again, the CCTV cameras are already available. These the edge technologies we can use. AI ML is a buzzword. Now even the students of 10th and 12th grade do the online courses and then put up some analytics and all. Such kind of activities to be done. Okay, again, it gives you the benefit, but it may be it may be harmful if it goes to an wrong hands. So again, the data sanitation and sharing and putting up the open data policy plays a role into this. However, there are a lot of different kinds of applications of use cases can be done. Just a moment. Sir. हो सर हो टाकतो सांगतो ते हो हो टाकतो ना सर एक हे बनवतायत ह्याचे PMC मध्ये तर मी त्यांच्याबरोबर बोलतोय आणि पाठवतो मी सगळं शेअर करतो हो 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 MH वर हो टाकतो ना हो अजून करायचंच आहे हो आहे ना आहे 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 मी 2-3 टाकले त्याच्यावर पण आता न्यूज बनवून टाकतो ओके I'm sorry it's my CEO and now I can't get the screen yeah I'm just got CCTV so with the video analytics we can have the garbage flow detection, the pothole detections, the water logging at one place, fire, maybe the school mishap. The gardens can be monitored for the population in the sense like how much crowded the garden is. So some areas we can actually have the social distancing maintained. So these are the applications which are there, which we can actually have them implemented, and then we have this done. So the solid waste management workers have been monitored in Pune for their specific working areas. So whether they have gone to that particular one, whether they have lifted the garbage or not, all these things have been monitored. So not only for the accountability, but for the not only for the governance, but accountability also, which we can use. And this one's works on the SOV base. We can create a number of operating procedures. There can be different kinds of alerts can be generated. So this data can be leveraged whenever it is given to and according to the data policy and given to open data. we have this specific application, mobile application, where it's called safety pin. PSCDCL and safety pin has done, enabled citizens to identify the roads of the cities and whether to safe any place, rather it's not only the road, but whether to safe at travel at some time, at any time of the day. So it's all geotagged. The photographs can be posted day, night, anytime, whenever you are traveling down to. And if you have this app downloaded, you can give the safety scores to particular place, and it will catch the place at that moment and then go ahead. So we can increase, you can improve the women's safety, the senior citizens, maybe the lighting if not good, then you can actually have the track movement of the particular family locations, or then and your friend. So these are the facilities which have been added. The best way to use these ones is whenever we are into a unknown locality and you wanted to use find out something which is nearby, so that one is helpful. It shows the safest way to that particular one, so saves time, and then it is a safe. On the other hand, you can actually rate the particular one, so that lands up to the concerned department. Hence, if you don't feel safe and you put the reason down there that the lights were not working, we have the SLA once, like the legal agreement, service legal agreement, where we have to actually the vendor or the department who is governing the lighting of the city has to reply back within stipulated time, so that once the report is done, it is landed at the particular department, the time starts. So the quicker the notification of the problems, the quicker the actions will be. Otherwise, कल बंद था, मैं दूसरे दिन जाके देखता हूँ वो फिर भी बंद है, then I tell someone from the other department, अरे वो लाइट बंद था, and then the guy says अरे वो लाइट बंद था, that reaches 4 days, और फिर हम as a citizen बोलते हैं कि नहीं वो तो 4 दिन से बंद है. With such kind of applications, with such kind of prompt involvement of citizen, this can be reached to a level. All the other way, administration office also is looking after the maintenance and whether it is working or not. Sometimes you see the lights are on in the daytime also. I used to be surprised. Like I used to tell mom when I was young, why they put this on in the daytime? Because they are maintaining it. Right now, we at Pune, we control all 150,000 lights from one place, that is command control center. We have this another one called telemedicine. So now, for now, it has been used for the COVID-19 positive patients, those who wanted to have the consultation, but it will be soon for all the Pune citizens, where they can have the audio video conversation from your phone to with the doctor. So first service will the appointments also can be taken from this. The first investigation can be done at that level, and this has been tested. I have shown this one is the patient call, doctor call. This has been launched in 2020, 20th July by Mayor and Honorable Mayor and Honorable Commissioner, sir. And about more than 70, now it is more than 70-80,000 patients who have downloaded and taken the help of it. This is one I wanted to talk to you about, because this is a joint efforts from Pune Smart City and Merathela. Indian Smart City Fellows. So there are the fellowships being offered by Mahua to implement such kind of innovative ideas in the city, and Pune city has volunteered it for the Merathela. So name itself can be taken into account, that this is for the Thelawalas, the ones who have been connecting the last mile, the delivery, for n number of years. So we have prepared a free app which is available for customer and vendor, where the vendor can actually have the category and profile done for himself. He can have his own catalog of the product, services, rates. He can put, the vendor can put the images of the product, the online accept and decline of orders, notification, alerts can be generated. Digital payments have been already coupled into this, and the inventory details. Now, when the customer comes, customer opens his app, he can see in 250 meters of area how many vendors, how many Thelawalas are in there in the vicinity, and we can actually change the radius, 250 meters, 500 meters, or 1 kilometer, and then you can actually book orders. You can actually check their products online on the phone itself, that right now it's there, and then you can, if the vendor is ready to deliver, you can always purchase and then wait for him to deliver, or you can actually go where the vendors have gone a little bit step ahead, and they started putting up the promotion of the hour, so time slot, like at the evening, I'm selling say onions, and then I have about 100 kg of onion. I have already finished about 80 of them, and then 20 kgs I'm remaining with, and I wanted to go home. So I just float an idea of buy 5 kg of onion for some rupees from the very less price, and then if I get this sold, I'm through, I'm ready to go home. So something like this also is being introduced. So these are the screenshots. So you can have see this, the rates also can be done. The images you are seeing, those can be actually customized. You can actually have your own photos and then you customize. That is how the vendor can do. So these are the use cases which already been implemented in Pune. We are implementing this one in Delhi, the Merathela thing. Flood sensors been adopted in different cities altogether, in the many places. So there are other use cases which I have thought that I will put it up as an a thought, like how effectively manage the city bus operation, how do city traffic planning and data analytics, that can be created. There's some from our environment, air and noise pollution, how we can address that, water supply, how much wastage of water is happening in the city, probably like geoanalytics and mapping of various assets, the monuments, the old properties, all those things can be. These are the different use cases are still to be implemented and come on. So I hope I have completed about 1 hour 20 minutes. Thank you very much. for listening, and I will stop my presentation here and ready for the questions. Thank you very much. Sir, you are on mute.
Sir, sorry, sir. Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
may I ask one question, sir? Anirudh, sir? Yeah. Am I audible, Anirudh, sir? May I ask one question?
You are audible, but sir is muted.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
Sir, I have a question. Hello, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, for
Pushkar.
these digital platforms that we will have for smart city, how can we ensure end-to-end security from viruses and malwares? Because everyone will be digitally connected. So how will be security concerns be handled?
Yeah, right now this data is available on one portal, so you are not going directly to the mine, but this is the one which we have extracted and ready to share open data. So you can use this one. There is a all firewall down the line on that, and that particular access is being given to the open to the public.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, Anirudh, sir,
Queen
I
ma'am,
have one question.
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
May I
please,
ask one question, sir?
please
Am
go
I
ahead.
audible, sir? Yeah. Sir,
Yes, loud and clear.
when we talk about this smart city development, working on this particular project, but is it possible for the city or for the authority to delegate some like small projects to the educational institutions like engineering institutions to develop some module, like so that the students will also get the practical exposure and the teachers will also be involved, like have that industry connectivity. So is it possible that the city projects can be given to the educational institutions?
Absolutely. This is what the initiative is. I mean, Mishra sir will definitely agree on this, that the data which is being generated is available to the public.
I think sir got
Yes.
disconnected.
Not audible.
I am calling him. Sir,
Yeah.
sir joined again.
I'm back, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir.
So you're very right. These kind of initiatives are already being taken care. मैं वही बात कर रहा था, मिश्रा सर तो सेकंड करेंगे इसमें, क्योंकि this is the initiatives which have been taken to have n number of different kinds of applications can be developed on the available data. Different use cases can be done, and these can be actually taken up by the institutions in coordinates with administrative authority, and then it can be implemented also. So
Yeah.
अभी तो ऐसा है कि the scripted data is available for people to, I mean, for young chaps to work on. Here we are giving you the raw data, which is actually real-time data and gathered. So this is again a very exciting thing, where institutions can have more and more MOUs with the administrators. Not only Pune Smart City, but Nasik Smart City, Ahmedabad Smart City, Delhi Smart City, Gurgaon, even Kohima, Agartala, Tripura, Chennai, any part of that particular city you can go in any part of India, and then you can have the collaboration done. CIDC is doing the same thing. CIDC is collaborating all this and taking, you don't have to keep on going and beating in the bushes. CIDC is already doing that, getting
Fine.
you
Good.
all the cities and city data, like me and Pune. Pune, I have already given to you that there is a data IUDX platform. You search IUDX, register your email ID, get all the data from 2018, what I have shown here, and then you will be able to access that data and create your own different kinds of use cases and give it to the city for the citizens' benefits.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, namaskar, sir. Aniruddha, sir. This is Dr. Afzal from Chennai. I'm audible, sir?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Sir, in your presentation, you said during the flood analysis, the flood can be predicted 108 days before, as per the model available, sir. Is it true, sir? Is it meant only for Nasik city, or for any other cities also the same model can be used, or something like that?
Sir, model can be used. Yes, model can be used. A similar model can be used. Only thing, these are done by the vendors, and this was the city's requirement to have such kind of model. And then whatever the data which we are providing, which are in the club with IITM SAFAR, then the flood sensors which are put strategically in the locations, and the dam discharge data, the rain forecast. So all that actually have a intelligent module. With all this data, they have claimed that it can be predicted for 206 days in advance.
But even considering the catastrophic events also, sir, catastrophic events we cannot predict at all.
Not the flash flood, and I would rather put it in this way, that flash floods are the ones which causes more damage, basically.
Yes.
And then predictive dose, it will be like, then it's a
Systematic way it will
I don't
be.
know
Yeah.
yeah. We have to go a little bit further in the terms of improving ourselves in the predictive models. So then only it will be helpful.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. But then, according to whatever the data available, the predictivity is considered to be 85 to 90% of chances, and that is good, rather, I would say, because whatever the calamities and repercussions of that particular one we are going to face, if we are already aware of it, and if we take the corrective measures before time, then a lot of hazards can be omitted.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Anirudh sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, your
Yes.
presentation
Yes.
was very brilliant, sir. So we learned a lot from your presentation, and just I
Thank you
am
very much.
very much concerned with the case that your IEEE converted to your COVID care center within 36 hours. That is really commendable job. And sir, I have just one
Thank you,
question
sir.
regarding the data that you were projecting that 170 zettabytes of data with by 2025. So I'm just concerned that how to secure that data and how to store that data.
No, I was just given the global scenario, what
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are talking about. I have the figures right now. By 2020,
Hmm.
18 zettabytes. I'm not
Okay.
talking about, I mean, I was talking about 175 zettabytes in 2025, till
Yeah,
2025, world's data, right?
yes,
Right
yes.
now, we are at 20,
Huh.
18 to 20 zettabytes. And then
Okay.
within 5 years, I mean, that 2020, actually 2020 end, and probably because of pandemic, we are sitting at home, and n number of different kinds of
Right.
message has been flooded, and then
Right.
all the creative minds were working on it. So probably that will increase and exponentially, and 175, whatever we are talking about, it might be 275. So this kind of data, which is we are generating, only thing is the data, the proper data sanitation and the scrutiny of that particular data has to be there. आप खुद ही देख लो ना, आपका मोबाइल अभी आप देखते हो तो 10-12 फोटोज तो मल्टीपल रहते, कॉपीज ही रहती,
Right.
right? So that is again taking space, isn't it? So that one is also calculated, because once it is done, it is gone on the internet, it is calculated. So internet data is 175 zettabytes, which will be having the volume.
Okay.
Yes, Amit.
Okay. Thank you. Sir, so can we do anything for security for this?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the data policies which have been now populated. Data security is a different subject altogether, which is more prominent now when we are going to adopt digital currency. How you are going to have this? Because अभी तो हम फोन से डेटा निकाल के लेके जा रहे हैं लोग, तो how can we believe in security? Basically, you need to believe on your security in terms of data. I mean, the data stealing, data phishing, data the malwares, and Trojans, where actually there are more hackers sitting than creating the security systems.
Yes.
So they are one step ahead. So we have to have a major security systems, robust security systems on the cyber level. Right now we are talking about only the cyber level, but the securities can go down to the physical layer also. So right now when we are talking about grain security, the grain ciphers, the micro ciphers on sitting on IoT equipments, IoT sensors. So if you keep on securing those, then automatically it is going to reflect on the cyber level.
Right. Right, sir.
That is
Thank you, sir.
what I think. I mean,
Right.
so more and more ciphers, more and more security. I mean, right now it is like it is the security or data security is defined only for the defense or the very sensitive documentation. But it has not come down to, and the security is down to a level of personal data security. We are still into eight characters of this and 64-bit. But this any Tom, Dick, and Harry can. I mean, Tom, Dick, and Harry in terms of hackers can do that. So
Right.
if somebody wants to hack, they can do it.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Is there any query? Otherwise, we may close the session because we have almost passed our time. The time I have requested. Yes, sir. Nagesh, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
हाँ नागेश सर.
Myself, Nagesh Gupta from PARAKH Advanced of Technology. Sir, we have explained one slide that this app will be utilized for find out in the flood area. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yes, flood area. That is what I could hear. But what is it? Again, can you repeat?
Sir, data will be fetched and by using that one we can detect where the flood will be going to take place before the flood explanation. Before 256 days.
Sir, I can't make it out the question. Can you type it down, sir?
Yes, sir, sure. Actually, I'm driving, sir. I will type it the question and send it.
Sir, it is very difficult to understand your question. So, sir, just send me on my WhatsApp number. I will share with the Anirudh sir, and Anirudh sir will give the response. I will communicate to you, sir.
Yes, sir, sure. Thank you, sir.
Fine, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Please,
Am I
please,
audible?
please.
Anirudh
Yes,
sir,
please. Mr.
presentation से मजा आ गया, मतलब very informative. Even you have given a presentation on data, but it seems like a big data. Sir,
it is from the lake.
मोर जितने भी क्वेश्चन हमारे जैसे आए हैं वो सिक्योरिटी के कंसर्न में आए हैं. तो सर हमारे यहाँ मतलब काफी अच्छा एनवायरनमेंट है और काफी स्टूडेंट्स और फैकल्टी मेंबर्स सिक्योरिटी पे काम कर रहे हैं. तो मेरा बस एक बहुत छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है कि क्या नियर फ्यूचर में ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि अगर हम कोई एमओयू वगैरह प्लान करें तो मतलब उसमें कोई पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं, लाइक अगर हम अपने यहाँ जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव अथॉरिटीज हैं उनको ये चीज कहें तो क्या ऐसा लिंकिंग पॉसिबल है?
Yes. People, yes. I mean, these are the initiatives which are happening in the government. You can actually outreach to administrators. अपने सिटी के एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स को आउटरीच कीजिए, जाइए उनके साथ बात कीजिए, बोलिए कि हम ये डेटा के लिए हम ये करने वाले हैं. There is a lot of initiatives from the urban development, the Ministry of Urban Development. There is a MIT has Ministry of IT has launched initiative for 300 startups, and they are going to provide 1 crore rupees for the short-listed startups. And it was a very open, open invitation to all the institutions, all these guys. I mean, institutions and startups and innovators. So ऐसा आप कर सकते हो sir. And I would rather prefer to go and directly talk to the administrator and then get the pain point of the particular city, and then you can do that.
Right sir, कुछ तो हमारे पास already tie up है, कुछ तो हम कर ही रहे हैं. But thank you for your answer.
और hackers तो every 10 seconds में बैठे हुए हैं.
जी जी, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू.
Thanks.
So, sir, now
Thank you, sir.
we
Thank
may
you.
close the session. And on behalf of Construction Industry Development Council and All India Council for Technical Education and the academicians who have joined this session, we would like to express our sincere thanks for your excellent presentation and discussion, sir. Sir, as Dr. Sudhanshu Tyagi has shared that the session was not related to only the data, but it is associated with the big data, sir. So really, we are giving you a big thanks from our side, sir. Really, sir. Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much.
So now, for now,
Hope
we
you
are
have
going.
liked it, and thank you very much. Have a nice weekend to all, and meet you soon if time permits, and by the God of grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Take care. Thank you very much.